This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
If you're traveling this holiday season, you'll want to download a special app from PennDOT. We'll tell you why next. Good evening, and thank you for joining us at SSP TV. I'm Ken Kara. It's a great day. Hannah, we have a story about Hannah and Joe Madden coming up in sports. Right now, a reminder to watch us in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 530 and to download the Samsung Productions app to watch us anywhere, anytime. Here's your Thursday headlines now from SSP TV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Just days before Christmas, flames destroyed a Shenandoah row home, leaving 2 people homeless. Firefighters responded to 27 South Jardine Street just after 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Neighbors alerted 46-year-old Francisco Ramirez, who was sleeping on the second floor. He made it out safely. His 71-year-old mother was in Florida. Smoky conditions also displaced 2 residents of 25 South Jardine for the night. No word yet on the cause. Berger Family Dealerships and Blaze Alexander Dealerships on Route 93 in Hazel Township continued the tradition of donating to local charities. The annual You Could Be Santa fundraiser generated $2,700, which was distributed among Catholic Social Services of Hazleton, Hazleton Enlarged Ministries, the Salvation Army, and United Children's Home in West Hazleton.
It really makes a difference in a lot of lives. We focus mostly on women and children, and so we have a summer program for children, and we have a year-round clothing depot where mothers come to get things for their children, and then they'll say, do we have any help? And this makes us feel like Santa Claus and God all in the same time. And Mr. Berger is a blessing to our community, and we thank him for it.
I am here to say thank you to Bergers, and thank you to the new owners who will continue giving as Bergers has given back to the community.
Well, first of all, we're just honored to be part of this thing. You know, this is really a Berger family thing, and I feel honored that I even got an opportunity, because we really didn't have anything to do with this. Mr. Berger was just very, very passionate about this program, and we were just talking amongst us. And, you know, one thing that I'm really, really, really grateful for is that I work for a man who is also very charitable, and that's Mr. Alexander. He's done so much for our community back home in the Williamsport-Montoursville market, and I'm sure we'll continue that in this market.
Berger's was recently acquired by Blaze Family Dealerships. The United Way of Greater Hazleton will once again host its free Christmas dinner. It will be served from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. on Christmas Day at Holy Rosary Church, 240 South Poplar Street in Hazleton. Delivery and rides are available. For more information, call 570-455-9515, extension 207. Many people will be traveling for the holidays. Lisa Sugart has details on an app designed to make this a safe holiday season.
Well, we are in the midst of the holiday season, and that means many parties are taking place, people heading out to celebrations, but you want to do it safely and you don't want to drink and drive. Here with some great advice and advice on a special app you might not be aware of is Mike Toludo. He is the Safety Press Officer with PennDOT. Mike, I didn't know about this app. You told me it's been out a little bit, but this might be new to some people, and it's really great for this time of the year or any time of the year.
Well, it's called the Safer Ride app, and it's available on the Google or the iPhone. And what it does, it gives you your location. It also, you put a predetermined friend in there, a phone number, and it also calls the cab company. So it gives you the opportunity that if you're impaired and you can't drive, you could go to your phone and app and call yourself a cab or call your friend, and which I think is a great idea, so that you don't drink and drive. And you know the penalties, what happens if you, with drinking and driving, you may injure yourself or injure someone else. And you don't want to go on for the rest of your life that you injured or hurt someone else.
So this is great. I mean, you can have it all set up and ready to go. Maybe you won't need it, but if you do, it's there and it's getting you home safely.
And it's also there to help a friend too. If you're not drunk or impaired, you could also help a friend with that. I think it's great to show that technology is trying to save lives.
Now, people are heading out to a lot of parties, celebrations, between the Christmas holiday, the New Year's holiday. So what advice do you have for them traveling? Because we want everybody to stay safe, and you see a lot of accidents this time of the year.
Well, a couple things is, again, make sure you're buckled in your seatbelt. Make sure you take your time, and just be patient. And if you're out shopping on Christmas Eve or going to a friend's party, is do not drink and drive. You could always have a friend take you home, call a cab. Uber nowadays, they have different type of opportunities to get a ride home. So, and I just want people to have a safe and happy holiday, and that you don't become a fatality during the holidays.
Absolutely. We don't want to see fatal crashes happening. So great advice. If they want more information, they can always go to your website for more, right?
Right, and they can always also call me at the PennDOT office at 570-963-3502.
All right. And while I have you here too, you guys go out into the community and bring your messages there too. If anybody needs any safety advice for a local organization or a school or anything of that nature, you have a variety of programs.
Well, we have the car seat checks. We have senior programs for seniors. We have teen driving. We have yellow dot programs. So there's a lot of programs that we can go out and talk to seniors, teenagers, and even the parents of teenage drivers. So there's a lot of programs out there.
Great advice from our good friend Mike Toludo from PennDOT. Again, it's called the Safer Ride app. You might want to download that on your phone today. And heaven forbid, if you need it, it's there to get you home safely, not during only the holiday season, but all year round.
Thanks, Lisa. And this Christmas Day, let Sam Lassant take you to the most magical place on earth via the magic of television. Don't miss this holiday edition of the Sam Lassant Show at Walt Disney World in Florida. Take a tour of the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Disney Springs. The Sam Lassant Christmas Special premieres Christmas Day at 9:30 a.m. It will replay at 12:30 p.m., 2:30 p.m., 5 p.m., 7:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. Check local listings for additional dates and times. We got henna and cold pizza on this newscast. It doesn't get more Hazleton than that. Each Thursday, you can enter to win a box of 12 slices of Frankie's cold pizza with their signature sauce and cheese blend, baked fresh with no preservatives. Call 570-459-9813, extension 104. We need your name and number, full name, please. The winner will be drawn at random. And remember, you could only win once every 30 days on SSPTV News. Everyone at SSPTV News would like to thank you, our viewers, for making 2017 a wonderful year. And thanks to the generosity of the Lassant family, SSPTV News will be on hiatus for 1 week so that we can enjoy the Christmas holiday with friends and family. From the bottom of my heart, I thank the Lassant family. You don't know how much I look forward to this in its place. You can enjoy special programming all next week, including a holiday edition of Out of Left Field Monday at noon. SSPTV News will return January 1st. With a New Year's Day special edition of SSPTV News. Well, coming up next, we examine another chapter of our area's history with Charles McElwee from the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum, and that Joe Madden is a good manager. Hannah, stay tuned for our sports story about Joe and Jay Madden's Respect 90 Foundation and a popular Cole Speak term. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Well, the Christmas holiday is just days away, so we brought in our good friend Charles McElwee from the Greater Hazleton Historical Society and Museum with a subject, of course, pertinent to the holiday. So you have an excerpt of something that was written, I guess, about Christmas back in when?
1888.
Wow. Back in 1888. So we thought it would be appropriate for you to tell us what things were like then and what the message was to the residents of this area back then.
Absolutely, and of course, I mean, there's so many customs in the Hazleton area. I mean, just to think of one of the Feast of the Seven Fishes, but I thought I'd read this excerpt from a Christmas special that was sent to the community from the Plain Speaker on Christmas Day, 1888. So I'll go ahead and read it. Many firesides will be made merry with the presence of loved ones whose absence has been keenly felt. Families reunited, and tokens of love and affection will be exchanged between friends that will strengthen ties of friendship. And many a heart today will be aglow with the great bond of human sympathy. Today should in every sense be a day of rejoicing, and we should not allow the cares of life to lessen it. If we cannot give presents to the amount we gave in former years, Let us give what we can and give it with an open heart. Our Christmas is oftentimes what we make it. And if it is not what we would like, we have the consolation knowing that there are many others even worse off than we. The best song to sing for Christmas time is the street song of charity in the poor man's home. While those who are in possession of a sufficient supply of the world's goods are enjoying themselves around the festive hearth, let them remember that the coal from which they got their comfort may have been furnished at the sacrifice of some poor miner's life. Let them not forget the little ones at home, and he who came for us to die will reward them in the hereafter. So, moving message from the Plain Speaker, really to Hazleton in 1888, and obviously with that, they were cognizant that it was the mining city, and so many of the families who read that were miners, and I thought it was very nice.
Where was that placed in the paper? Do you have any idea?
Front
Was this
page.
like an editorial from them, or what was it, just a message from the staff?
It was a message from their staff, right in the center of the page, the front page. So, and the community. So, and they ran the story that day. So I thought that was a nice message.
Well, very interesting to see how things have changed. I don't know if we'd see something.
No.
We see just, ads saying, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, all
Right.
different things like that. But we kind of don't see in that unless it's an editorial.
Exactly. So it just shows you the evolution of newspapers. More likely you would see a message like that on social media today.
Yeah, true.
But not necessarily on the front page of a paper. But it kind of shows you how papers in the past were actually much more editorial than what we may remember. And they're actually far more objective today than they were in the 19th century.
Go to hazeltonhistory.org to find out more. Charles, Merry Christmas. Thank you for being with us. We look forward to 2018.
Thank you. Same to you.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
A nice Christmas scene shot by our John Eric Poli as we get ready for Christmas this weekend. Let's take a look at our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight we have a 20% chance of some precipitation. We might see some sleet after 4 a.m., mostly cloudy, low of 25 degrees. On Friday, 30% chance of precipitation. May see some freezing rain and sleet. Little or no sleet accumulation is expected. We'll have a high of 38 degrees and cloudy skies. Friday night, rain is likely mainly before 1 a.m., cloudy, low of 38 degrees, 60% chance of precipitation. And then on Saturday, 80% chance of some rain. We'll have a high near 49 degrees though. Saturday night, 50% chance of rain showers, mostly cloudy, low of 30 degrees. Sunday on Christmas Eve, mostly cloudy with a high near 35. At night, 50% chance of light snow, low of 23 degrees. And then Christmas Day, partly sunny, high of 29. At night, partly cloudy, low of 16 degrees.
Happy holidays again from Freeze Farm Winery in Berwick. I'm Patty Lehau along with co-owner Steph Rothery, and this time we will be speaking about how to pair chocolates with wine. We will start out with our Sweet White, our Starry Night. We found a chocolate that goes very well with this. It happens to be a white chocolate that has coconut in it. Pairs very nicely with the Starry Night because the Starry Night does have some hint of pineapple in it. You'll see that after you sip the wine, it helps to accentuate the flavor of the chocolate, and the chocolate helps to enhance the flavor of the wine. Some people ask us, should I taste before I sample, or sample the wine before I taste? Either one is fine. It's just interesting to see how they play off of each other. Another combination we do is our rosé, our forget-me-not, with milk chocolate. They pair very nicely together. The milk chocolate really enhances the flavor of the forget-me-not. Finally, a common pairing that we do is our port, which goes very nicely with dark chocolate. Again, it doesn't matter if you take the port first or the chocolate first or vice versa, they complement each other very nicely. Steph will now tell you about a special treat that we have here that is a very popular item around the holidays.
So if you're still looking for a stocking stuffer for that special someone, we have specially made chocolates by Cakes by Katana, and she pairs the chocolates infused into different combinations of sets of chocolates. We have our port, which Patty mentioned goes well with the dark chocolate, and we offer that in a 6-piece box. The milk chocolate with the forget-me-not, the Starry Night with the white chocolate, and then we also have a mixed 6-piece set.
Chocolate and wine. What a great holiday gift. Well, here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 5, 5, pick 3, 6, 3, 2, pick 4, 7, 8, 6, 2, pick 5, 1, 1, 7, 9, 9. The wild number is 2. We have the scoreboard, and we'll learn more about Joe and Jay Madden's Respect 90 Foundation when we come right back.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
So back in college, my one friend and I decided to start a campaign called I'm Bringing Henna Back. We wanted more people to use the Coal Region term. We didn't get much traction. Now it's 2017 and enter Chicago Cubs manager Joe Madden, and he can get stuff done. But he's bringing henna back not for his own amusement, but to also help the community. The message here is pretty clear. Henna? Okay, maybe not, but Joe and Jay Madden's message and mission lies in this t-shirt. First, let's start with the logo that's actually above the popular Coal Region phrase for the Madden's Respect 90 Foundation.
Respect 90, the phrase means the distance between home plate and first base, and also that respect begins at home. The only rule I have among my players is that I want them to run hard to first base, so respect 90.
So that's where the name comes from, but the story actually starts back in the early 2000s when Joe was a bench coach for the Los Angeles Angels and was dating Jay.
Why get involved? I was motivated. Actually, Jay, my wife, standing right back here right now, she was really pushing, we weren't even married yet, for me to get more involved in a charitable sense. So when I was in California with the Angels, I would, I've talked about this several times, but I would ride my bike up and down the PCH area, and I see a lot of homeless people pushing their shopping carts up and down. And I thought, given the opportunity to make an impact, I would try to do that someday. So the opportunity showed up, and then obviously there's a big need.
The Respect 90 Foundation is growing. Right now they help families in Chicago, Tampa, Mesa, Arizona, and right here in Hazleton. There's plans to help other communities as well, but it all started in California.
We would gather up his old sweaters and my old clothes, and because there's men and women, and we'd take him down to the beach, and he would just hand them out. He would talk to them, and so that's kind of where the idea began. And
once Joe was hired as the Tampa Bay Rays manager in 2006, a new tradition was born, the Thanksmas meal for those in need, and it featured some of Joe's favorite dishes, including spaghetti and meatballs. Joe took off his Rays hat and put on a chef's hat for the event and wound up on the DL.
It was in St. Petersburg somewhere, and it was this little shelter, and he ended up burning his foot really bad because he was dumping the boiling water for the pasta into the colander, and it just flipped out of the sink and right onto his foot. So yeah, he had.
Joe moved on to manage the Chicago Cubs, and we can assume the foot is okay because he was standing for most, if not all, of the 10 innings against the Indians in Game 7 of the World Series in 2016. It all starts at home for the Respect 90 Foundation, and so every year around Christmas you'll find Joe and Jay back in his hometown of Hazleton. While some of the events have changed during the Madden's visits, there's been one constant: the Thanksmas meal. It's held in the basement of the Hazleton One Community Center, a former Catholic school in the city.
This kind of a cafeteria in the bottom of a Catholic school in Hazleton. You know how many years this has been going on, stuff like this? My grandpa, when he turned 100 years ago, a great-grandpa, excuse me, they had an event like this in the basement of Our Lady of Grace Church, which was a hall at that point. So I was thinking about that standing up there. Again, trying to tie the past to the present, and where the people sometimes don't quite understand this, it's no different. And I recently read that nostalgia is the most powerful drug of all, and I'm really starting to believe that because I'm really caught up in it. So once again, really come out here and see what we're doing, meet the kids, meet the faculty here, and I promise you're going to come away a supporter.
And so we come back to this year's Respect 90 t-shirt and henna. According to CoalSpeak.com, henna is a request for affirmation, like saying, "Isn't that right?" The word really goes back in Hazleton, but notice the Spanish punctuation on the t-shirt used to recognize the growing Hispanic population in the Coal Region. It's more of the old culture blending with the new. Everything comes back in style, even old phrases. Henna? The Maddens seem to treasure that, and through their foundation they're trying to make sure that values like sharing and respect always stay part of the popular culture.
Jay and I show up, Rick Vaughn, our director, shows up, and we get a lot of credit for this, but believe me, it's the folks that show up every day that deserve the credit. when we come into towns like this, when we come home. We go to the Pinellas Hope Project in Tampa, or the Salvation Armies, or whatever, and you walk in and you see the people that do this every day, twice a day, maybe lunch and dinner, you know, whether it's serving food, mopping floors, whatever, to serve these folks down there. Those are the real heroes, man.
If you want to be a hero and volunteer, get in touch with the Hazleton Integration Project at 570-861-8081. These amazing henna Hazleton Way t-shirts are available right here in downtown Hazleton at the shop too, and all proceeds go to the Respect 90 Foundation. Yes, I am wearing it backwards. Well, two big notes before we get to the SSPTV Standard Speaker Scoreboard. Hazleton Area High School senior linebacker Adrian Otero signed with the University of Maine yesterday to play football next season, and Nord Schuylkill's Aaron Belinsky will be going to Syracuse as a preferred walk-on long snapper. More on Otero tomorrow. Now to the scores. Hazleton area, they took care of business on the hardwood against Whitehall in boys basketball. They got the big victory there. Kutztown took down Tamaqua. Monoy area beat Shenandoah Valley. Jordan McGee hit 5 threes for the Golden Bears. In girls basketball, MMI lost to Tunkhannock. Irene Ottmiller had 11 points for MMI. In wrestling, Hazleton area beat Pittston, moving to 2-0 in the Wyoming Valley Conference. Michael Fuchik and Shane Noonan got pins for the Cougars, and that's sports for Thursday.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. If you like books, well, then this is definitely a deal for you. Come on out to the Tamaqua Public Library for their book sale, where you can get books for only 10 cents. For more information, you can get in touch with the library at the number or email on your screen. And that's today's talk of the town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. John J. Basic of Hazel Township. Mass is Friday at 1 p.m. at the Holy Name of Jesus Parish in Hazleton. Friends may call Friday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. at the church. The John J. Pustai Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. James Robert Baleshko of Hazleton. Mass is Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Church of St. Joseph in Hazleton. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home in Hazleton. Leon A. Genetti of Hazel Township. Mass is Saturday at 9:30 a.m. at Queen of Heaven Parish at Our Lady of Grace Church. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home in Hazleton. Edward T. McInroy of Weatherly. Services will be private under the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home in Weatherly. Marlene L. Pucker of Levittown. Mass is Friday at 9:30 a.m. at St. Mary's Ukrainian Catholic Church in Bristol, Pennsylvania. Friends may call Friday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at the church. And Mary B. Thompson of Weatherly. Funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home in Weatherly. Friends may call Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the church. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Michael Radchuk of Monoy City. Call now at 570-455-7267, extension 104, for your free movie.
And we end tonight with an important question: ham or turkey? What will you be eating on Christmas? I haven't got through one of these facts without stuttering. I apologize. According to GoodHousekeeping.com, spiral cut ham remains the more popular choice for your Christmas table. One more day of SSPTV News before the Christmas holiday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.